There's nobody like him. You've never seen anybody like Jesus. You've never met anybody like him.
The views, opinions, positions, or strategies expressed on WLAF TV 12 do not necessarily reflect those of the staff, management, ownership, or advertisers of WLAF TV 12, 1450 WLAF Radio, FM 100.9, or 1450WLAF.com.
There's been some letters go out for folks in Campbell County about the plan that they have not being available for them next year. And basically Medicare is pulling that plan out of these three counties for this next year. I don't know what the reasoning behind that is, but it does affect a lot of people. And what I can do is I can help you understand what those plans are and how they might work for you, what their options are. That's all I ever do is come to the table with more than one company. I'm an independent agent, and so I don't have to say take one or the other.
Why do my customers choose Husqvarna Power Equipment?
That's easy, because my landscaping crew has to rely on a durable product.
I need the performance and quality that Husqvarna provides.
And the innovative products that help me move on with my day.
For maintenance parts or accessories, I don't have to go far. I know my Husqvarna dealer is right around the corner.
Make the impossible possible and visit a Husqvarna dealer near you.
Visit your local Husqvarna dealer or go to Husqvarna.com for more information.
Welcome to RaisX.
RaisX has a friendly service with a family environment with that country kick. It's a family owned with delicious food, offering breakfast, lunch, supper all day long, and great steaks, wonderful salmon. Also for that sweet tooth, pies and much more. For the kids, games, daily specials, dine in or carry out. Call 423-569-3354. Call RaisX today.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor. Here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Linda Kilgore, State Farm.
State Farm agent Linda Kilgore is driven to save you money on your home, auto, and life insurance.
Hi, my name is Linda Kilgore. I'm a State Farm agent in Jacksboro, Tennessee. I have 32 years insurance experience. I have been here in Campbell County for about 21 years. We offer auto, homeowners, life, health, banking, and mutual funds. Come by and let us give you a quote. Doesn't cost you anything. We can answer all your questions and choose the coverage that's right for you.
Or see State Farm agent Ann Gwen Love.
If you need rental insurance, stop by and see me at Linda Kilgore State Farm.
For all your insurance needs, see State Farm agent Linda Kilgore in Jacksboro across from Walmart, 423-566-5000, 566-5000.
Razor, Ranger, Sportsman, Ace. If you live for the outdoors, there's a Polaris to match your passion. Confident, comfortable, capable. That's Ace. With a solo cockpit, automotive controls, independent suspension, all-wheel drive, and up to 45 horses of fuel-injected power. Calling it revolutionary would be an understatement. Polaris, the world leader in off-road innovation.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to Campbell County Issues. Tonight's show is also being brought to you by True Value Homes. True Value Homes located in Scott County. It's in Huntsville, and let me get the number is 663-8633. That's a 423 exchange, and folks, very seldom you ever see something come along like this, but you know, young folks struggle to have a down payment for a home. But how many people out there that are with so much land that's open and free around here that with their parents or grandparents where they give them to their kids or whatever. Now, if you have a plot like that, which I have an acre that I can put a trailer on it, all I do is pay taxes on it all the time. Well, someday, maybe, if I ever take a notion to sell my house, and if I can sell it, I wouldn't have a bit of problem putting up one of those, I mean, beautiful, beautiful. And the technology they have today, they're as strong as any house you'll see built. And they have those True Value Homes in Scott County on highways 27 and 63. Also, Ron's Indoor Flea Market, La Follette Indoor Flea Market. He's getting in a new shipment of those purses that you ladies like so much. And he's got the Ugg boots and the North Face rain jackets and jackets. He always got a bunch of stuff to look at. And if you're needing used furniture or if you like antiques, that's the place to go. They're located behind Long John Silver's. And Tennessee Outdoors in Scott County. Tennessee Outdoors, folks, you can leave here with nothing in your truck except yourself and your clothes. And you could probably even go without your clothes if you didn't get caught. And at Tennessee Outdoors, they have all the hunting gear you need. That's Tennessee Outdoors, located in Huntsville. First of all, I'd like to start out by telling you why I left last week about 20 minutes early. And apologize to y'all and my sponsors. I know we got all those in, but in almost 23 years of doing a show, I probably got as frustrated last week as I've ever been on a show. And if this lady that called, and how many times she called, God only knows. But this person, I don't know if she was, I don't know what was bothering her so bad. But she had it in her mind that I could do something about a judge. And she kept calling me and calling me and calling me. And whole honesty about it, folks, I got tired of it. And I decided I'm going to leave before I say something that I shouldn't, or I do something that I shouldn't do. And I'd like to know, I'd like to have someone to call me, one or two, and just tell me how did you get frustrated last week? Did it bother you like it did me? Sometimes I like those kind of calls to a certain extent, but every other call and trying to say I'm responsible or should be responsible for how a judge conducts their office? Is there anyone out there that felt like I did last week? Did you get frustrated with what happened? Well, that's why I left, because I knew that one or two more times I was going to say something to that lady that I shouldn't say. Because I'm supposed to be thick enough skin that I can handle it. So I can handle about anything and anybody wants to throw at me. But when you think that I'm supposed to have the power to discipline a judge. It just ain't going to happen. You're on the air.
How you doing this evening, brother?
I'm doing great.
Oh, it's good to hear, good to hear. I did. I'll just be honest with you, I listened to it about 15, 20 minutes last week, you know, and I stood about all I could stomach, and I flipped it to the ball game, just to be honest with you. You could tell she was an idiot, but I don't know why you don't tell people like that. You know, or just jump up on that table and turn around, drop your jaw, and start to kiss your hind end. I mean, it's your time, your nickel. Just let them go. Don't let them get to you.
Well, like I say, I never let something get to me that far that I was really. I mean, there's times that I should, and I've got family and I've got friends that says I don't see how you take it.
Oh no, there ain't no way. I wouldn't last 5 minutes. The FCC'd have me hanging from a tree right down there outside WLAF. I just tell you right now. But I don't know why you just keep rolling and go to commercial. Well, I mean, just bless her into Hades and then come back with a big smile on my face. You know, just like a big happy possum.
But I just honestly, I just got so frustrated that I wanted to say something bad, and I know I was going to mess around and I was going to do it.
Well, I know. Well, I mean, I did. I just speak. I mean, after about 5 or 6 times we're calling, man, I was like, I'm done, you know, and I just flipped it over to the ball game, and that's just being honest with you. And I enjoy my Mondays and can't wait for my Mondays for this show.
Appreciate your call.
See you, brother.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You're on the air.
All right, well, I'm just like that gentleman right there. That's the reason why I clicked over too. And I turned it over to the ball game too. I tell you what, I don't know what was her problem. I don't know what well, you can't put her in and you couldn't put that judge out. I mean, it's just that simple.
Right.
And the people is one put her in there, and she said what she's aimed to do before she got elected. And I know she got mad and stuff at you, thinking you promoted it. You didn't. You give every one of them the same chance to get on there.
Right.
But that's the reason why I turned it over.
Well, I know I
enjoy the show. I really did. I like to hear it, but I didn't like to hear that.
I couldn't take it anymore.
No.
I just said I'm going to go home because I'll make enough people mad at me that I thought there at that one point when she got just ridiculous, I thought you was going to tell her to kiss your hind end. Well, I was almost to that point.
But just keep it going. You're doing all right.
I appreciate your call. Thank you. Bye-bye. But has anybody got a suggestion how to handle that issue? I mean, I try to learn as I'm going on and doing this, and whenever these kind of things come up, and they don't come up that often, but you know, I understand people getting totally frustrated with me on my views, because I do have different views. Just like I'm being totally honest. This 3 people that lost their life in Colorado Springs this week, or this past week now, over that woman that was on the Florida, whatever her name is, that's running for president, started talking about body parts of children. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. You're on the air.
Well, the only reason that lady got mad is because she is locking up the dope addicts and the drunk drivers and whatever. And she didn't put the people in jail over the dog. The people that had that dog, they couldn't hardly afford to buy themselves something to eat, much less go pay hundreds of dollars for a dog.
I understand. And the only thing that I would have to say about that is they should have taken the pup now to the animal shelter and left it. And then just
I understand that.
And what they would euthanized it, but back whenever I was a kid growing up, we would take that pup or whatever, and we'd use motor oil, and when we'd stop that mange. But if one got before it ever got into that shape, I think the humane thing to do back, especially whenever I was a young person, is to I would actually have killed the dog or shot it. You know, some people take them back whenever I was a kid and take those and put them in tow sacks and throw them in the river. Do you know that?
No.
They sure did.
I think they did call the vet, and they told them that they charged so much to put a dog to sleep. They did not have the money to have the dog put to sleep.
Well, and here's another thing that I believe. I believe if they've taken it over there, those people would, if they've got an animal shelter or friends of Paul's or whatever, they don't have a choice to take it. You just, hey, I'm leaving it here. You do whatever you want to with it, because I can't afford to do what needs to be done with that pup. Because you know they spent like $500 or $600 just whenever they took it to Knoxville to the shelter to get the kid to keep the dog alive. Well, you know, the only thing that I would blame the couple that had it for letting it get into the shape that it is. They should have taken it to the animal shelter and left it. And no matter what, if you got an animal shelter and you can't afford to keep that dog up or what, and people wants to bring in, I know that the shelter in Knoxville, they take those dogs with no questions asked. You leave that dog, there's no questions asked.
Oh, I don't think they do that here.
No, I know they don't. But still, I believe that the animal shelter, if it's wanted to be responsible, whenever the person says, I can't, right now I have a hard time feeding myself. If it had taken the dog over there sooner, then I would believe that would have been the best thing to do. But again, evidently they were keeping the dog alive. And Lord, how that dog got. But if that's the problem that woman had, she didn't say that. Except she just saying, Judge Salmons, you know, how come you're not doing something about Judge Salmons? I can't do nothing about Judge Salmons.
Right.
and she never would accept that.
We voted her in, and she's going to have to be voted out.
Well, appreciate your call.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Well, now there's one thing about on judges. It's either a 6 or an 8 year term, and I believe her term is an 8 year term, folks, and she hasn't spent about a year there so far. You're on the air.
RL?
Uh-huh.
I can tell you one thing about last week. You had 2 listeners that were very frustrated with the situation last week.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, I shouldn't have, you know, I take responsibility for my show.
Right.
And I shouldn't let something like that get to me that bad that I was almost in the point where I wanted to say something that I would regret for sure, because I don't want to mistreat any of my callers. And
I realize that, but listen, man, you can only take so much. I mean, we were just flabbergasted with it. We were just, I don't know how to describe it.
Well, I appreciate your call.
All right.
Thank you. Well, I tell you somebody else that gets on my nerves sometimes, but I like for him to call every week or 2 or 3 times a week or whatever. But Hazel Valley, I mean, he can get under your skin sometimes. I mean, and if you're watching Hazel Valley, I'm sure that there's many people in this county that does not know what you look like. They hear your voice, and I've heard your voice now for 13 years, especially here on my show. Will it be 13 years this April? I would like for you to come down tonight. Mr. Fannin is supposed to be here in just a little while and talk about and give us information, if he can get out of this meeting, about your insurance. Because, folks, it's just one more week. This time next week, this cutoff happens, and there's possibly be people in January that will not have insurance. And you got to do something about it, especially if you got this insurance where there's no pay. And we're talking about the elderly, the people that's over 65 years old, has Medicaid and Medicare. And so he was supposed to come in and talk to y'all about that. And then there are some of those out there, some of the things that, like if you got the TennCare or stuff, that you maybe keep your insurance, but there's other things that's not there. Well, here's Mr. Fenton, I'm trying to explain it, and I said if you it's in a meeting if you got out, but anyway, I was talking about Hazel Valley, and I'm going to ask Hazel Valley, because he's been so hard on me over this issue about the senior citizens deal. Whenever you leave tonight, I know it give him plenty of time to get his pants on, pull on a coat or a shirt, and you can just slip on some slippers or something and come on down, because people ask me all the time, what does that man look like? They hear your voice every week.
Looks like Buster Brown.
Well, anyway, I'm not going to say that, because but anyway, that's another story, and I'll get to if we don't get any phone calls and Bob has to leave.
No, I just got out of city council meetings.
Okay, so I'll ask you about some of that. So Bob, it's all yours. Tell them
about. Just remember, sign up period for Medicare is just through December 7th. Tomorrow's December 1st, so you don't have a lot of time. If you want to change your plan, or you're not happy with your plan, we have people down there, one or two people now, 5 days a week, because there's been so many people had to change. As you already, probably some of you have already heard, United Healthcare is leaving Campbell County, along with some other counties, but we're just concerned with Campbell County. So if you're residents of Campbell County, and those people who are dual eligible, in other words, you have Medicare and TennCare or QMB, it does not affect you, okay? If you have a Medicare... okay.
QMB, explain to them what that is. So some people ask me, and I think I know, and I...
Okay, TennCare, everybody knows that, but it's not the part that pays for the prescription. It's the part that helps you with your supplement of your Medicare, okay? So QMB is just people who makes a little bit more than on their thing, and they still qualify for extra help, which is a QMB card. And it's a pink card. Yeah, it's basically it's just a card they send out once every 3 months. It's a paper card, a pink card, but you won't be. People know if they got the extra help. Number one, they know if they have TennCare and QMB.
Oh, okay.
So it will not affect you. The people with a supplement, like you pay for a $100, $120 supplement, doesn't affect you, but you still have to have a prescription card. Now. If you have a prescription card or one of the Advantage plans, the AARP Advantage plan, you must change your insurance before the 7th, and the 7th is going to roll around here real quick. And we're going to keep our people down there all week this week. It's the last week. And I'd say 1,200 to 1,500's already done something, but I did my computer the other day, and my store alone had over 2,600 active United Healthcare members. But some of them could be extra help people that doesn't have to. So, but if you're not sure, you can back of your card. There's those customer service number. Call and ask if you're going to be effective. If you're going to be effective, be sure to come on down, and our person will help you out. There's some option. If you're on an Advantage plan, there's 3 options this year in Campbell County. There's Blue Cross Blue Shield, 0 premium, okay, and Cigna Health Springs. It's a 0 premium. You pay nothing for this. and I really encourage the veterans to participate in these zero premiums because that gives them an option. Now, we know they get their medicine mostly from the VA and they mail order and stuff, but what if you get an real expensive antibiotic and you're sick and you have to go to a local doctor? This really helps,
Right.
And since it's zero, it's a wise thing to do.
Don't make sense to not
I've
have
got
it.
a lot of veterans.
Well, I've got it. I'll tell you.
And they can still, then they can choose if something really goes wrong, they have to have a bypass or something. They can choose if they want to go to the VA hospital for nothing, or pay some and choose the doctor and the hospital of their choice.
Right. So,
I mean, it's worth it. And the other one is Humana, and the premium on it is $107 a month. They have a premium, 105, 107. I get my numbers confused. But if you have United Healthcare, be sure to call the back of the card. And if you're not going to be covered come January, you're not going to have insurance. Now, they put a 60-day stay on this where you may not have insurance in January, but they will allow you to sign up somewhere else. And Medicare did. Okay, Medicare stepped in and allowed that to happen, but you still wouldn't have insurance for January. It wouldn't come effective to February. So I'm pleading with you, if you got United Healthcare, call and make sure you're going to be covered.
Because one of the things, you're talking about a 30-day period there, folks, and any little thing can happen and it can wipe you plumb out.
And see, and there's two people get extra helps, one with TennCare, one with dual eligible, and the other one just low income. The people with low income that pay zero premium, to pay $265 and $660 on their prescriptions, it's still going to be taken out. They got the letter too. Talked to United Healthcare last week, and they wasn't exactly happy with the way I put it in the paper or something. So I said, you write it. I said, you ought to write a full page. I mean, some of the insurance companies are, but they gave me a copy and I put it in the paper the way they wrote it. So, but I told them at the time, you got 50% of the letters didn't get to people. So, please, I mean, I'm out here begging you now to, if you got United Healthcare, call the back of your card to see if you're going to have coverage January 1st.
You're on the air. Go ahead, you're on the air.
Yeah, I'm on United Health. I'm on United.
Turn your TV down. You're talking about, it's talking back to you and it's confusing you.
Hold on just a minute. Talking back to you, it's confusing you. Okay, I'm on United Health and I'm on dual complete.
You're on dual complete. You have TennCare or QMB?
I have TennCare, I guess. I just pay $1.20 for my medicine.
You're fine, okay? You don't have to worry about it, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, and that's a great call right there. Yeah, let's ease somebody's mind. That's more important than anything.
Yeah, most important I'd like to do is get to the people who's not reacted to this thing, and you got 7 days.
There was a person that was concerned, and you gave her some information. She can sleep good tonight.
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe I can sleep good tonight.
Yeah,
but we've had a lot of people come in, and we said, no, you don't have to change, and some of them want to change. Their doctor or something, they're doing something else, and some of these people are going back to the traditional way of getting Medicare with their supplement, which is TennCare or QMB, and then getting a prescription card that costs zero, and it's still the same things, because a letter came out to them that they said all doctors take this insurance, and a lot of people have changed over to something like that, okay? And they're treating it like a supplement. So we'll see what we got.
Okay, we got to take a break. While we're taking a break, folks, if you come up with any questions that you want to talk about insurance or anything, and I'm going to ask Mr. Fannin some of the questions about what's going on in the city. It's nearly the end of the year, and what he thinks about this and what he thinks about that. And if you've got some questions that you'd like to ask, we'll put it on him tonight.
Okay.
We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
You know, I talked with a lot of people this week that had that Medicare plan that was going away, and I ended up talking to them a little bit, and I found out that they've got the QMB. You know, that's a pink cardboard card that pays your co-pays when you go to your doctor. That pink cardboard card will entitle you to get the extra benefits you hear me talk so much about. And I've run across several people this week that got into their wallet, and lo and behold, they pulled out one of those. I said, aha, did you know with the pink QMB card in Campbell County, you can get your dental and your vision catalog and a catalog to help you with your over-the-counter products at no cost. And that dental coverage is comprehensive. It's not just your cleanings and checkups.
Why do my customers choose Husqvarna power equipment?
That's easy, because my landscaping crew has to rely on a durable product.
I need the performance and quality that Husqvarna provides.
And the innovative products that help me move on with my day.
For maintenance parts or accessories, I don't have to go far. I know my Husqvarna dealer's right around the corner.
Make the impossible possible and visit a Husqvarna dealer near you.
Visit your local Husqvarna dealer or go to husqvarna.com for more information.
Welcome to RaisX. RaisX has a friendly service with a family environment with that country kick. It's a family-owned with delicious food, offering breakfast, lunch, supper all day long, and great steaks, wonderful salmon. Also, for that sweet tooth, pies and much more. For the kids, games, daily specials, dine in or carry out. Call 423-569-3354. Call RaisX today.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor. Here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Hi, I'm Linda Kilgore. This is my 35th year with State Farm, my 25th year here in Campbell County. I'm not a high-pressure salesman. I like to just sit down with my customers and help them decide what's right for them. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
A Mule Pro FXT can't handle. The 2015 Mule Pro FXT. The Mule Pro FXT is engineered to smooth out the most rugged terrain. Over 8.5 inches of suspension travel make uneven surfaces feel a lot less jarring, while a tight 16-foot turning radius combined with electric power steering means easy and effortless cornering on a dime. Engine braking is tuned for a controlled feel when heading downhill, and high output LED headlights light up the way. Round out this exceptional package with the maximum stopping power of front and rear disc brakes, and there's almost nothing the Mule Pro FXT can't handle. The 2015 Mule Pro FXT.
Okay, folks. Like I say, now if you've got questions, you need to ask Bob about this, and then we're going to get into other issues with him after he explains and goes through this insurance thing again. But True Value Homes in Huntsville, it's Highway 63 and 27, that section there at the red light. You go there and you just look to the left and you can't miss it. And it's got all kinds of beautiful homes there, folks. And if you have any property that you have a deed for, that is your down payment. And how many people today, I mean, whenever I was a kid, you as a kid, that first home of getting that down payment was a big deal.
Well, I just left Keith Clotfelter 5 minutes ago.
Oh, is that
He was
right?
the last one I talked to before I came in here, yes.
Yeah, and Keith Clotfelter is the one that runs that over there, folks.
Yes.
And it's a deal. You can't beat it. You can give him a call at 423-663-8633. And Ron's La Follette Indoor Flea Market and Golf Cart Club down there. Folks, he's got Ugg boots. He's got North Face jackets, the rain jackets. He has the purses. He's got and these women are crazy about these purses. And he's got every kind of color you can think of. So, while I was there today, he had one lady come in at one of those purses had a flaw in it. She said, I want to buy another one of these purses. He looked at it and she said, now, how much I owe you? And he looked at that purse. He said, you don't owe me nothing. Get your purse. And he just took the purse back. You know, that's the kind of person that you want to deal with. He really is good at what he does.
Yes.
And so anyway, get down there and check them out. That's Ron's Golf Carts and La Follette Indoor Flea Market behind Long John Silver's.
I was telling Keith that I was going to say that he was giving a home away for Christmas. But I better not say that.
No,
he didn't really say that. Okay. So we was trying to egg it on.
You must have been down at the diner.
Yeah, no, we were just down at the burger place.
Getting something to eat.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to insurance again. December 7th is the cutoff. If you do have extra help, and you know you have extra help, you can change each month of the year. And we tried to get our congressman. We had 6,200 pharmacists in Washington D.C. summer before last, and our Congressman Fleshman, promised us that he would get something on the floor to open enrollment up all year round, which would be terrific. This 15, 16, 20 days per year is no good. I mean, because the insurance companies at the end of December, decides what drug's going to be on, what doctor's going to be on, stuff like this. So it needs to be all year round, and we're still talking to him trying to get it passed. So we'll see what we can do.
You're on the air.
Is this where Fannin is?
Yes, ma'am. This is Bob.
Okay, I have Humana and America Group.
Okay, you have you're fine. I mean, you don't need to change. The only one that's changing in the county is United Healthcare. Okay.
Okay.
So you're fine. You may want to talk to them, see if you get something better. But right now, I don't think you're paying much, are you?
I don't pay anything.
Okay, so
I've got Medicare
to pays it. Okay. And you've got TennCare along with it. Amerigroup is TennCare. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're fine. Okay.
Okay. Thank you much.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah. One of the things that if you're not certain about what you have, there's so many changes that's being made. It's you never know, and
it gets you confused.
It'll confuse the heck out of
it. If it was me and I was czar, king of healthcare, I'd let everybody buy Medicare, which would include Medicare, a supplement, prescription card, and nursing home, and they can buy one or the one or two or three or four, but you call it 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would be taking care of our seniors. Now that would take care of our seniors. It was asked in one of the debates in the Republican debates. Well, that would take away $3 to $4 trillion away from these insurance companies. I want to say, who cares?
You're on the air. Go ahead, you're on the air.
Yes, Bob said something about a veteran
Yes.
that has Medicare,
Yes, ma'am.
that has no prescription drug plan.
Yes.
I'm going to get off the phone, and I want you to explain that to us.
Okay.
Thanks for the call.
I encourage our veterans that comes to our drugstores. We have a list and everything, and I encourage them to come down and purchase one of these zero plans that doesn't cost anything, but you got it there just in case you want to use it. For example, your husband gets sick and don't want to go to Johnson City to get an antibiotic or something. You have a regular doctor. You go to him. You'll pay a copay of whatever it is, $10 to $20, and the prescription drug would be covered too. You'd have a copay, but it would be covered also. And also, if you had a severe surgery and you decided you didn't want to use the VA hospital, and you had some money, and of course it would cost some, but they cap them out at $6,700 per year. So you wouldn't be out more than $6,700, and that's for everything. So, but that's a catastrophic illness. But let's say you just have to have a quadruple bypass. You're still not in the hospital for 3 or 4 days. You probably only cost you $1,200, and it might be better in you got your family here. It's better than leaving you at the VA. I mean, there's a lot of different ways.
I can talk to you about that just in a minute.
There's a lot of different ways you could do that, but it's an option, and it doesn't cost you anything to have that option.
Okay, you're on the air.
Yes, sir. I'd like a question. I have a United Health. I pay $219 a month for backup insurance, and I have under the 10 care. I get my copay paid for that, and I call the United Health. They say I'm safe, but still I think I'm not. So would you explain that out?
Well, I'd have to see. You pay how much a month?
I pay $219 a month. That's for backup insurance.
Well, you got a supplement, okay? Now, who's your physician? Do you go locally?
I go to Dr. Hall. I go to any physician I want to because I have Dr. Hall's backup. I will.
It wouldn't hurt you to come in and talk to our people because, listen, you're paying $400 a month for insurance, a supplement insurance. Do you have to buy a prescription card to go along with that?
No. I get my prescriptions covered a long time ago. It don't cost me anything. It's a backup. The 10 care pays I'm low income. 10 care pays for the copay, and I don't pay any copay at all.
I'd have to see what you've got. You can come in tomorrow. I'll be there all day. But you may be paying for something you don't need, because if you've got 10 care and along with Medicare, you can sign up on one of these plans and pay zero and save yourself $400. You say $400 a month?
No, it's $219 a month.
Okay, well, 200 times 12 is $2,400 a year. You may not need anything.
Let me tell you what, folks. I found out about this the hard way after I had paid $12,000 from the time of 2003, whenever I retired. Then, but right now it's just been 8 years ago that I turned 65 and got my medicine. And I had paid $12,000 in insurance premium whenever I could have got it for zero. And from then to now, I have saved $20,000 that where I didn't have to pay in.
That's 4 or 5 years ago, and I think I'm one that brought it to
you
your
brought
attention.
it, absolutely.
You might have bought it from Mark, but I brought it to my attention. Just come by and let me take a look what you've got. It seems like you've got a supplement. You're paying $219, but you're also got 10 care. You said you had 10 care, so you may be confused. Just come by and I'll help you any way I can. Okay, by the drugstore at Riggs. All righty.
And we're talking about downtown.
Yeah, downtown Riggs.
Okay. Okay, he's hung up.
Yeah, I didn't understand if he's paying $219. He's getting free medication. I'm confused. So
yeah,
I just need to talk before I do that.
But like I say, I've saved over the period. I've saved $20,000.
This last week we signed, I guess, 35 veterans up because the premium is zero. Right. I mean, why not get just for a backup? Yeah. And just if they decide to do something else. I mean, and it takes, you have to wait. There's a back. It's closing in, so you're going to have to wait 30, 40 minutes. You can put your name on it and then come back at that particular time and do it. And it takes 15 to 20 minutes for him to go through.
Well, folks, if you'll forgive me, I'm going to explain. I had to go to the doctor today, and I have lost, because I've had, if you all remember back a few months back, I had this Bell palsy, and my eyelids have dropped over my pupils. And so the day they said, you've lost 40% of your eyesight.
There comes another surgery.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, I have got to go through this battery of tests to see for the VA will pay for it, or where my other insurance will have to pay for it, or if I want to spend some money and stay in a local hospital here in Knoxville, or go to Johnson City to have it done.
But you have, see, this way, since you pay zero premium, you have a choice.
Right.
And you know, and your wife doesn't drive and very good at night and stuff like this, so you have a choice to be home, but closer at home.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying.
But now, what I'm going to ask you, they says that these tests has got to prove that you are losing, 40% of your vision, because it's peripheral vision and all this is put together. And if it's 38%, they're not going to approve you.
Well, it doesn't have to. I don't think it's exactly 40%. And it's no way they can actually tell. It's sort of like having glaucoma. You know, you peripheral vision, and so. But I've known of the surgery. I've known of 3 or 4 people having this type of surgery, and it's very, very effective.
Well, they showed me stuff and said, you've got to have something done. Because, well, I'll tell you, in the last couple of months, I've come close to getting hit on the right-hand side where I did not see the vehicle. I just get nervous and shaky because I did not.
They think we're just getting old. See,
yeah.
You don't realize it, and you don't see it. My reactions is not as quick, and I don't see it coming this way. You know, I can see everything this way, but I don't see as well peripheral vision this way. So it may be just one eye, you know. But even at one eye, they do both eyes.
Right, and so I'm saying, you know, if they, well, the other day I had to stop because I got so nervous and said, and the only thing I said, I've got to be the luckiest son of a gun in the world, because I pulled out and this car went by me at 75 miles an hour. I bet you. And it didn't hit me.
But with the insurance, you now have a choice: the VA, or you pay some and go local.
So let's just say if I've got 25 or 30%, and I want to choose to go ahead,
you can choose.
And so
they would pay for it.
Huh?
They would pay for it.
Okay, appreciate it. You're on the air.
Yes, sir. I would like to know if somebody could come down on a Saturday and talk to somebody at Riggs.
You've got to understand, this is the last Saturday. I'm going to ask them tomorrow we're just open to 2 o'clock, and I'm going to ask them if they'll send someone up till 2 o'clock on Saturday, okay?
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have to have an appointment, sir?
No, but you may have to wait, because we got 1 week to get all these people in, and there's a bunch. Even if you call, you work till late. Is that what your problem is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, we may keep them there to 7 o'clock. Do you work till 7?
Yeah, it would be better to come on Saturday.
Okay. As I said, you only got 1 more Saturday, and so I will ask him tomorrow. I'll ask them tomorrow if we can have 1 or 2 people up here on Saturday. Okay.
Okay. Would it be best for me to call the store then and ask?
Yeah, just ask if we're going to be. Well, I'll let them know early. Everybody know early if they're going to come Saturday. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
Now, if you got any questions, I'd hope you get them in here, because, like I say, I want to keep Bob, and if Bob takes those leave, and if he don't, Jerry, Hazel Valley, if you're watching, please come on down, because this would be a treat for me and you both, because we can sit here and debate. I'd love to debate you on some of these ideals you have. So anyway,
he's not even a Democrat or Republican. He's a libertarian.
He's a libertarian, yeah.
What is a libertarian?
Well, they don't know what they want.
They're just not happy with anything.
All right.
That's what libertarian is. Okay?
Yes, they're not happy.
I mean, you put a new road in front of them, they're not happy. If you don't put a new road in front of them, they're not happy. If you put a street light across them, it's going into the window. The light's coming in the window. If they don't put one in,
they can't sleep.
Well, if they don't, then somebody robs their home. It's a libertarian. I've known Jerry for a long, long time, and he's quite intelligent. He's sort of like my brother. He knows a lot about everything.
You're on the air.
Bob,
What?
what is the notion what a libertarian is?
I had no idea. You told me you was a libertarian. So, I have never heard you be for anything. So, so I assume the libertarian is a person who's against everything.
I'm not against the new road if I don't have to pay taxes to pay for it.
Well, it's nothing's free in this. Freedom, you have to pay for freedom. Now, the freedom from overtaxation and tyranny. Well,
we had a revolution over a 3-cent stamp tax and a tea tax, and now we got over 100 different types of taxes we have to pay.
Yeah,
Bob, I got another question.
Yes, sir.
You're on city council. You're one of our great, great municipal leaders. How come y'all let this feller build this dog kennel in the middle of Kentucky Avenue?
I don't know anything about a kennel in the middle of Kentucky Avenue. So I'll have to check with Stan Faust tomorrow and ask him about that. I don't know anything about that.
Now, down here where Kentucky Avenue...
I know where it's at, yes, but I don't know anything about a dog kennel.
It goes up the hill, but it hadn't been paved up the hill. But you get up on top of the hill, and it's paved up there. But it's still city-owned, and it's still a city street.
Jerry, I will check it tomorrow. Right now, I'm uninformed.
The bears and the webs, have kept that mode, for years, and somebody's gone out there and built a dog kennel. Well, it's the people that have the old Woodson home. They built a dog kennel in the middle of Kentucky Avenue. My question is, if he can do that, can I put one down on Central Avenue right under light number 7?
Well, I'd say that they might own the property. I don't know, but let me check that tomorrow, and I got your number. I'll give you a call. Okay.
Hey,
I don't know anything.
It's real interesting. Look, it don't bother me. It's not a problem to me. It just, I can't believe you guys aren't aware of it, that people are building things on city property.
Well, I'm not on the planning commission, so...
Did he get a permit?
I'm not on the planning commission, so I'm left out. I'm left out a lot of this stuff where they do some building. Now, the only thing that comes in front of council is when they turn something down and the person wants a full council to hear it. So that's the only time I hear anything like that.
Well, are you going to come down? I've had at least 1,000 people over the years ask me, what does this fellow look like? And we can talk to him about anything we want to talk about, because he knows a little bit.
Hey, R.L., after what you and Bob have said about me tonight, it'd be better if I stay anonymous.
We ain't said nothing about you.
Hey, listen, I do have a picture of you, Jerry. If you don't come down, we're going to start putting it right here.
When I'm in the grocery store.
Oh, we're going to have your picture here next week if you don't come down.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, there's no pictures of me out there.
Oh, I've got one. Yes. I've got one.
I joined one of those matchmaker things, Bob. I had to borrow somebody's picture.
Well, try Robert Redford's. It worked for me.
Well, now, seriously, can you come on down? Put your shoes on.
No, I got paperwork to do. I'm here doing paperwork and watching your show.
Every time when I come, I'm going to give you a hard time. 'Cause
I do want to say one thing. If you get Judge Cotton to come on and debate Abraham Lincoln and his presidency, I'd be glad to do that. Either over in Scott County or here.
Okay,
Bob, I want to say, even though sometimes I'm critical of government, I appreciate you coming on the show, taking your time, and trying to rip these people off of these government-mandated insurance.
Well, I don't know if Medicare is, you really can't call it rip off something if you use it, Jerry.
Bob, what's your commission for doing all this?
My commission is $0.
$0? Well,
Yes.
that's awful good, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, really, I follow you on Facebook, and you notice I always click a like. I never say anything.
But I understand something.
I
That's
never
my wife, Rita, that does that, and I hardly ever look at Facebook. So that's my wife, Rita.
I never look at it.
So be very nice when Rita.
Have a great family there,
Yeah,
Bob.
when Rita
Let
gets.
me get off here so Mr. Henson.
Well, no, I got to say one more thing.
What?
I'm going to start pecking when you come on if you don't come on with me, because you've got opinions and people like to know who they're talking to.
Well, hey, that might not work in my best interest. Besides, there's one old man that always threatens me. He calls right after me every time I call.
That's me, isn't it?
And he says, "That crazy old man, who is?" And you have to take your show with sense of humor. Sometimes you can't. Like last week, you did a great job of keeping your cool when that woman, especially when she started cursing you. So you guys do a great job, and I admire what you do.
Okay, appreciate.
I have to say, I don't have the courage to come on there like you do.
Well, all I'm trying to do is inform. Okay.
I know it.
And because it's such a late date, and because the government has a 6-week period, which is stupid, but only has a 6-week period to sign up. If you don't sign up, you've got problems. So,
Well, I like the fact that you got Flashman trying to get that where you can sign up year round.
that was 18 months ago. He hasn't responded. Okay.
That's the way it ought to be.
Hey, in front of 6,100 pharmacists, he was all for it. Okay.
What do you expect from a Republican these days? They know how to talk conservative, but as soon as they're elected, they put on their lipstick and their pantyhose and legislate as a tranny.
Well, I have to admit that I thought the Democratic Party did such a bad job in the year 2008, but I have to admit that the House of Representatives, I'm hoping that Paul Ryan can pull them out. Okay, it is one. I admire that man for taking that position, but it is you can't blame this country on the President of the United States or the Senate or anything. It's the House of Representatives. It's holding everything up and has been doing it for 8 to 10 years. So,
Harry Reid, Nancy Pelosi, Michelle, and Barack Hussein Obama's done more to hurt the good old Democrat Party. I have relatives that were Democrats their whole lives. They grew up in the Depression.
That's not really true, because just with the refugee, Paul Ryan got something passed in the House bringing over more than 2/3 of the Democrats to vote with him, because he used common sense legislating. And they only put one thing. They didn't tie a bunch of little other stuff to it that the Democrats couldn't vote for. So on the refugees, when they said, right now we want to vent them. Before they come in the country, we want to make sure they're not ISIS and all this and all that. But he did a very good common sense thing. So it's the House of Representatives, made up of mostly Republicans, that's been holding this country back. There's a lot of things like tax reform. The president and the Democrats are for it. I'm for it. I'm not dumb. They're for it. I love a consumption tax. I love a 2 or 3 tier tax or flat tax. right now, welfare, it's not the welfare. When you're talking about welfare, people think it's something that we're entitlement programs that we're giving to people for health care and this and that and that. Well, most of the money of welfare is going to be it's corporate welfare. There is more money going out to corporate welfare.
Now quit distorting history.
Well, that's the way it is.
Obama had a Democrat Senate and he had a Democrat House
for 4 years.
Ain't done.
Yeah, we got the health care.
At one time, Bill Clinton had a Democrat House and a Democrat Senate. He didn't get anything done.
Bill Clinton got most of his all his stuff done with.
Give me this garbage about how wonderful these liberal Democrats are. They run the Democrat Party of our ancestors.
Hey, I'm not so happy with the liberal side of the Democratic Party. Okay.
Oh, they've gone crazy with it.
Well, but I am more angry at the left side of the Republican Party. Okay.
You know, man.
Okay. Appreciate your call.
Hey, thank you guys. Good job. Keep it up.
Okay. We'll be back after these words. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I voted for some of these.
QMB is designed for folks on a fixed income. It's a state program administered through the same department that administers the TennCare. And it's just a level above TennCare, and it really helps people out.
Why do my customers choose Husqvarna power equipment?
That's easy, because my landscaping crew has to rely on a durable product.
I need the performance and quality that Husqvarna provides.
And the innovative products that help me move on with my day.
For maintenance parts or accessories, I don't have to go far. I know my Husqvarna dealer is right around the corner.
Make the impossible possible and visit a Husqvarna dealer near you.
Visit your local Husqvarna dealer or go to husqvarna.com for more information.
Welcome to RaisX. RaisX has a friendly service with a family environment with that country kick. It's a family-owned with delicious food, offering breakfast, lunch, supper all day long, and great steaks, wonderful salmon. Also, for that sweet tooth, pies and much more. For the kids, games, daily specials, dine in or carry out. Call 423-569-3354. Call RaisX today.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor. Here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Pierce. I may not be Jake from State Farm, but I do wear khakis. I've been here with Linda Kilgore's office for 2 years. I enjoy helping people make a decision regarding their insurance based on their needs and wants. I'm fully licensed. I enjoy selling auto, home, and life insurance. So feel free to come in or call in any time, and I'll be glad to help you.
Now with a full line of independent rear suspension options, the all-new Foreman Rubicon and Rancher automatic DCT models are equally ready to work and have fun. Part of the growing ATV family from Honda.
Okay, we're back, folks. True Value Homes. Bringing you tonight's show. And Keith Klotzfelder, folks, if you don't know Keith, he's been around here a long time. In fact, I had somebody call me the other day and ask me, said, would you support Keith Klotzfelder to run for House Representative or State Senate again? I said, well, yeah, he's a Democrat. I said, absolutely.
Well, I asked Keith today if he's going to run. He said no. So
he's told me that too.
Okay.
Okay, and also Ron's Golf Cart and La Follette Indoor Flea Market. Hey, folks, now listen. If you want to get a nice Christmas gift You better get down there before they run out, because last year they ran out of these North Face jackets and these Ugg boots, and now he's got plenty of them right now, and all colors, and these purses. All that. You need to get down there and check them out and tell them that RL sent you. Now, I wanted Bob to stay around. I had another issue I wanted to talk about, and I think that he could.
You want to go with the city first? What we did tonight?
Oh yeah, okay.
Let's
do that.
Okay. Had a city council workshop. It wasn't a meeting tonight, and the two biggest issues that came up was our insurance, and everybody's insurance. It looks like, even with the exchange and everything, is going up tremendously. Whether it is every insurance is getting together and doing this or something, but ours went up about 12.3%. We got another company to bid on it also, and it was almost $200,000 less. So we're giving, ours is right now is with Blue Cross. We're going to give Blue Cross a chance tomorrow to reduce that rate increase, and if they reduce it 7 to 7.5%, it put us right back where we were last year. We worked in about a 5% budget. The other thing was building a bridge where a bridge used to be, where the state representative Dennis Powers got this going, and they presented it to us tonight. First time I'd seen it. About getting a bridge that goes over the railroad so they can get to the airport quicker, because Lifestar's there and ambulances go back and forth. Now, we briefly discussed that, and it's mostly grant money, but the city and the county would be out about $100,000 each on this.
Okay, so is the airport within La Follette, or is it a county?
It's in the county, but some of the road that we'd have to use is in the city, and then half the bridge is on our side and half the bridge on their side. So the county people was down there listening also, and so they're going to present it to them on the 14th, and then we're going to see how it works, and then we'll take a look at that. And those are the two biggest issues, since more jets are coming in. You don't realize it, but we're getting more and more jets coming in to there, and we have to put gasoline fuel, and if you go over a railroad, that's they deemed dangerous. I guess you're taking fuel across a lot of fuel. I guess it is, and also because of Lifestar and
I started to say in Lifestar, that's where it lands, and folks.
No, that's where we have one down there 24 hours a day.
And so the thing about it is, if you a train has, isn't it a 30-minute time limit? They must clear the tracks. But you sit down 30 minutes, people can die.
Yeah, it's so. Again, this is the first time I've seen it, but Mr. Powers started this work. Introduced it to our street department yesterday or today, and he introduced it to us today with the county mayor was there to look at it also, and it's the first time we've seen it, but if we could do something like this with the airport being used more and more and more, it's probably over a period of 20 years worth, $100,000, but we'll see what happens.
Well, you couldn't build
we haven't voted on that yet.
You couldn't build a road and a good pad for
We're talking about a bridge going over it.
I understand that. I'm saying you just couldn't build a road and put it somewhere else and for that amount of money. No way. But anything else?
Other than that, the parade is this Saturday night. Starts at 5:30, 6 o'clock. A lot of events going on during the day. So it's supposed to be, looked on my phone just before I came in, it's supposed to be a beautiful day, high 58, 60. So everybody come out for the parade.
Well, I don't know why Kelly Jo has always come. Is she still...
She's over, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And
she always comes on and tells everybody what's going on, but she never
does a very good job.
She didn't request that this year.
So it's done a very good job, and my understanding, the parade's bigger and better than ever.
That's great. You're on the air.
Hey guys, this is Patrick Peasley. I'm on the parade committee. The parade's actually 2 this year.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is at 2. I'm looking on my phone. It's at 2 o'clock, Patrick. I'm sorry.
I just figured I'd call help y'all out.
Hey, listen, I appreciate it because I had down here, I had something else at 7, so I appreciate you calling, Patrick. Okay?
You're welcome. Y'all take care. I'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
It's 2 o'clock. I looked on my phone incorrect. I'm sorry. So it's at 2 o'clock, and everybody come out. We've got a lot of things going on, and it could be an all-day event for these children, and Santa's going to be here, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Good. Now, folks, please don't anybody run out on the street to grab candy. Don't do that.
They're doing some, just like last year. They're doing some safety features. It's working out pretty well. Okay.
You're on the air.
Ray Zach's Restaurant. How do you spell it, and where's it located?
R-A-Z.
R-A-C.
R-A-Z.
R-A-Z what?
R-A-Z.
Z.
Z, yes, in zebra.
R-A-Z what?
And it's like a hyphen. Z-A-C-K-S. Zach. Ray Zach's.
Z-A-C-K-S. Zach. Ray Zach's. Where's it located?
It's located on Highway 27. When you go to Highway 63 and 27, you go right for about 4 miles. You can't miss it. There's a big old plastic bull on top of the building.
Plastic bull on top of the building.
And make sure you tell them that I sent you.
Okay, is it a barbecue place?
They only have barbecue on certain days. It's what day are you wanting to go?
Oh, I didn't know have any particular day.
But I'll tell you this.
When you said this big boar on the top of it, I figured it was barbecue.
No, they do have barbecue one day, but I tell you, if you like fish Friday, you'll have to go early because I'm telling you. Then if you like turkey on Thursday, but steaks is their specialty.
Oh, that's up at is that up at in the mountain up there?
No, it's between Huntsville and Oneida on the main highway.
How far is it from here?
Well, when you get up to 161, it's 19 miles till you turn right at the second red light. There's just 2 red lights in Huntsville, and they're within 500 yards of each other. You turn right on 27, you go 4 miles north, and you can't help but see it because if it's in the evening when they're eating, it's stacked.
It's about 45 minutes from here.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes from here.
All right. I saw it in your advertisement, and I never heard of it.
Oh, it's fantastic. I'll tell you that. For a country restaurant, it's just fantastic. And you'll not find a steak that's any better.
Fantastic. And you'll not find a steak that's any better. All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you. You're on the air.
Yes, sir. I'd like to ask you about one about the Lifestar spotting there.
Yes.
That if it would it be cheaper to buy another spot with a road already going to it?
Well, I mean, they found a spot inside the city, and the city planning commission couldn't pass it because you're supposed to have underground tanks for your fuel and not above tanks. And so when they came in, and we're lucky. Now listen, a lot of small towns don't have Lifestar here 24 hours a day. Now they'll go from here to say Oneida or Jellicoe or anywhere, but they've got one there 24 hours a day. And so again, let's see what the state and the federal, again, I just bring you information that I received tonight. So, and it's not only just for Lifestar, it's also to improve the things get to the airport. There, you'd be surprised how many jets are landing in La Follette now. I mean in Campbell County. But it's just and going across into that area They're just trying to get another way to going across the tracks on this side of town. The nearest one we've got is down in Jacksboro Station, so that you can cross just before you get to the county garage. So again, it's just something that was on a planning thing tonight, and we've not taken a good look at it, and then I've just given the information out. A lot of money, yeah. It's $2.5 to do something like that over the tracks. $2.5 million, yeah.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Seems like a lot of money for
just for the Lifestar. It is. You're using it for a lot of different other spots too. Okay.
But I would say the main thing is the safety of the public here in La Follette. If you could take off 5 or 6 minutes, a lot of times you save lives.
Well, for the Lifestar, but again, you see derailments of trains, and if we ever had a big catastrophe here, it'd probably be a derailment of a train, or on the interstate, chemical spill. Would be one of the two things.
Right.
A big one in this area.
Well,
but if you had that, you would block everybody on the the southwest part of the county. I mean, getting across. I mean, it would be really bad. But anyway, it's something they are proposing. We took a look at it. And if it doesn't cost the taxpayers that much, and if it's done like I was told tonight, and the county was going to put some monies into it too, half of it into it would catch my attention. The way it was presented tonight, it did not catch my attention initially, but then when the county got aboard, and then if we get the state involved to it, it may not end up not costing us anything. So let's take some free stuff. Yeah.
But what I was saying, if they could do it somewhere else for half of that, then you direct money for something else.
Yeah, again, I don't know any other place that is flat enough. There used to be a bridge there, a wooden bridge. I don't know if you remember. There used to be.
I remember the wooden bridge.
Yeah, there used to be a wooden bridge right there. So it's set up. The lay is already there. A lot of stuff has already been done, and the land is free. So that makes the right of way. Making the right of way free is a big part of it. Okay, that way nobody is moved one way or the other. Okay. Again, it's just in the planning stages. I have no idea where it's going to go from here. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate your call.
We've got to plan it. We got to see it and think about it, and
understand,
and then see the actual cost, and then see if it's feasible. But you have to make studies to see if it's feasible. But again, the grant's going to pay 80% of all the feasibility. So if the county goes that, we'd be out $8,000, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, we were on this before, and I wanted to make sure that you got your last on your insurance done. And anybody out there, while Bob's still here, and if nothing happens, I mean, I might, if Bob wants to, he can stay here till 10 o'clock. Because I don't have any, or 9 o'clock on 10 o'clock.
I'll stay as long as you need me to.
Okay, because we just got another 40 minutes, and time is gone. We're back. They hadn't set that clock, Bob.
Okay.
It's still what we used to call, I don't know whether any of you remember or not, but where we lived in Scott County, we used to have 2 clocks. We had a fast time and a slow time. The people that worked towards Knoxville, they was on fast time. The people that worked towards Jamestown and what have you, they was on slow time.
Same way, I mean, from here to Middlesboro, the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we had the same thing that we did. Well, like I say, we kept 2 clocks. But anyway, we had a thing that happened this past week about this guy killing 3 people, and he says, I'm trying to save body parts. And
you're talking about the event at the Planned
Parenthood
in Colorado.
Right, in Colorado. A young policeman was killed and 2 civilians. And this guy killed him because he had heard Farina and Ted Cruz talking about we were selling body parts in Planned Parenthood. and I think that those two people, and other people have used these things, and Planned Parenthood. Let's just say there's things, and I wanted to ask Bob about this. I think this is terrorism, and I think these people that's doing this they're inciting people.
They're frightening. Politicians, hey, they make you mad about something and they scare you about it, and that's how you get votes.
And the thing about it is, Bob, I remember whenever they were doing this research with the I can't remember the
stem cells.
The stem cells, and they were taking whenever babies were born, whatever, they would take the cord, the umbilical cord, whatever, and they were saying they were having to take, they were taking that and actually being able to learn a whole lot about Alzheimer's, learn a whole lot about this and a whole lot about that, and I don't understand why that we will sit back and we let these people. I think Ted Cruz and her both should just be automatically disqualified because they're inciting people to commit murder, and we're cheering them.
Well, I mean, it's a complicated issue, but I know that the former majority leader of the Senate, Bill Frist from Tennessee, was in favor of stem cell research, and mainly because of two diseases at that particular time, Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. And by using, by having stem cell research, they was hoping in 10 to 15 years to eliminate these diseases. Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, if that could be done. So he was on record of, I remember his speech and went before he resigned and everything, and he went on record of supporting the stem cells. Now this is something entirely different. Planned Parenthood, my understanding, what I've read into it, it's very little about abortions, and I'm against abortions, but
right.
but most of it's for health care for women. So, but they're going to play politics with this. You hear these words only during election time. You don't hear Republicans or Democrats bringing this stuff up after this. But I don't know enough about what plan. I'm learning. I'm reading what Planned Parenthood does do. So I haven't made my decision on it should be funded or not funded. But when a Republican presidential candidate puts fear into people and anger into people, and they do something so awful, so horrific, and then as he's taken into custody, he actually uses the same phrase
absolutely
as one of the Republican candidates did, and similar phrase of what another Republican president
it's Lorena and Cruz.
Yeah, and you just got to be careful. Of course, you go to Trump, he don't care what he says. So, I think it's starting to roll off everybody's back. But in some cases, he makes a lot of sense. But in some cases, he knew what I liked about Trump. He knew Putin well. He was in the green room with him. He was going to be on a television show or something. I've never seen Putin on one of these talk shows. I may be wrong. I don't watch them a lot, so I may be wrong. But yeah, you got to be. Well, if you're running for a high office like that, you've got to be careful how you say it, because copycats. There's a lot of copycats, and there's a lot of disturbed people. If someone told me today, and I'm for guns, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm also for, I wish they just had one little thing to fill out your application for getting a gun. I mean, just one little thing. Whether it be at a gun show or a gun store or anything, you got to have a letter from your primary care physician stating that you are capable. Mentally capable. And this guy wouldn't have had a gun.
No.
I mean, now unless he stole it from a relative, and then that's going to happen.
What did he say? Whenever he kills these innocent people, and he throws out his gun and say, "I give up." He wasn't wanting to die. He was just wanting to make a point, and he let these people. To me, that I know I'm saying things. I've got people that sends me emails. They are praising Putin all the time about how brave he is, how intelligent he is, all this and that, and he makes Obama look like a weenie.
Well, I mean,
why don't these people move to Russia?
Well, I mean, Putin's doing a lot of things because of their economy, and when you're backed, 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, or a little bit longer, when we aided Russia to get back on its feet.
Right.
Everybody, we aided. We got them natural gas. We got this. They had a lot of natural gas, didn't know how to develop the equipment and stuff, and we assisted. And we thought we was going to have an ally forever, but you can't buy friends.
No.
And so Putin's got in there, and now
I think he's all mess kit.
He is. They are desperate because of the economy. Their sort of stock market is collapsing. Their economy is worsening each and every day, and he has to do stuff like he is doing now. Do I think President Obama is one of the better negotiators? Domestically, he's done very well in this country. Okay, I can't think of a lot of people who's not better off now than they were 8 years ago. Because when Bush left office, we was losing 600,000-700,000. I mean, we was going to go into a recession. Now we're not. Our growth is not great, but it's better than what we had.
I know what it went. It went from 14,000 down to 6,000.
Yeah, and
the stock market.
Yeah, and so it's better, but in some cases, some of his his negotiating hasn't been the best in the world. Now, people don't realize, and I've been on ever since I went to Knoxville and saw Al Gore speak on the climate change. Nobody believes it. It's a fiction. No, it's these scientists. It's true. We've got climate. We got climate. When you get snow in Florida and it's 80 degrees in Seattle last year at one time, something's going on. Right now, we got a storm coming. It's already killed 20-30 Americans coming up through Texas Panhandle. It's going to hit Chicago. Last night I was watching the Denver ball game, and it was, I mean, when it first game, here comes a storm, and Denver's been getting hit pretty hard. But by the time that game was over, you couldn't tell the field was there. You understand? So it climate change, and we've got 147 countries representing the world, not just the United States, in Paris right now. And and 2 weeks ago, that tragedy happened in Paris. That sort of shows people that we kept our commitment to go to Paris for this climate change because it's a big issue. But number two, it also shows these terrorists that we're not afraid.
Right.
And we can't alter our lives because we're only talking about 8 people did this tragedy in Paris. And we probably got 8 people in Campbell County could do a lot more damage than those 8 people did. Okay, I guarantee you, we've got better marksmanship, better people that can use weapons in Campbell County than those 8 people did.
Yeah,
now they did cause a tremendous amount of harm and terror, but we that stuff's got to stop. you know.
You're on the air.
Hey, yeah. Bob, I'd like to ask a question about this bridge deal and the...
Again, I'm going to tell you now, Mr. Henson, this was brought to us today. I'm just telling RL what we were doing in La Follette, and the first time we saw it was today, is to build a bridge where the old bridge used to be. You probably remember a wooden bridge.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, and State Representative Powers did this all on his own, brought it to our people, and then they presented the county, and then presented it to us tonight. Now, this is a long way from doing anything. I know nothing about it except the numbers and where it would be located.
Okay, let me get a little insight into this thing right now.
Okay.
Stands right now. I'm all for if we took $5, $10, $15 million off the other taxpayers, that's good, you know. But here's what I'm practically speaking. It was my opinion, or well, let's say right now, let's say that there's an accident somewhere. What's the procedure? Does Lifestar sit there and wait for them to bring an ambulance to Lifestar?
My understanding, it takes 10 minutes for they do both ways. It takes 10 minutes if the Lifestar has been down for so long. It takes 10 to 15 minutes for it to warm up. And in most cases, the ambulance can be at the airport by the time it's warmed up before they can actually take off.
Let me back up now.
In other cases where it's already warmed up, they still have a pad up here at the hospital.
Okay, now, in my opinion, I mean, I'm just an old redneck truck right here.
Yeah.
If I've got an old cat engine sitting out here, if it's going to be a certain temperature, below 41 degrees or whatever, if I've got any problem with that thing, I'll pull it online. And that thing will turn one time and fire.
Oh, they've got a hanger for it, Mr. Hanson.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the temperature. Well, okay, a hanger. But anyhow, I'm sure you can put that thing online, and when you touch the button on it, it should be ready to go right then.
Well, you've got more things, I assume, to think about than that. It's always fully stocked, but it's also it's got to be at a certain temperature. We're talking about medications and stuff now that has been in there.
We're getting way out there, but anyhow.
Let me just say one thing, because I know in Scott County we don't have that permanent spot. We have 5 or 6 spots that the helicopter lands, and the ambulances always take them to those spots.
You got LV's landing zone.
Yeah, there's one right beside my house at the Fairview football field. Then there's one at Huntsville. There's one at Oneida. There's one in Winfield, and there's one down in Robbins.
Well,
and then there is one in case, because we do have that recreation Brimstone and Trails End there, that we actually have a helipad.
Yes.
On top of the mountain.
Okay, like right here, right now, I'll bet that crew on Lifestar right now has got oodles of places that they have already scouted, and they know that there's no power lines. They know what the terrain is, and I'll bet they can put that thing down in untold places around here that you'd never think.
Well, they put them down on the highways. They go to the wrecks now.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If I'm just trying to look into what we do right now. If there's a train, and I'm familiar with the railroad track, and I haven't seen a train sitting in a long time. Are you acquainted or are you aware of any time in the past back, since Lifestar's been there, that there's been an interruption or anything to hold up an ambulance to get through Lifestar?
No. I am not aware of anything.
Okay, gentlemen. These are things that should be taken into consideration.
Well, listen, again, RL's asked me what was going on in the city. I said the 2 biggest things was the insurance and they brought us a new thing about putting a bridge in. Again, State Representative Dennis Powers did all the work. He did a very good job, it seems to me. And if we could if it would save one life, it'd be worth it. But let's keep going. It's not only for Lifestar. It's another crossing of the railroad track without going over the railroad track. It's going over the railroad track.
Okay, you brought up the subject of tankers crossing that track.
Yeah, we're talking about jet fuel. We've got at least 3 to 4 or 5 jets landing at our airport now.
Okay, what's the difference in gasoline and jet fuel across now? Because jet fuel runs about something like kerosene on fuel.
Again, I just telling you, brought up why do we need it, and these were some of the answers we got, because a lot more jet fuel is going to cross that track than we want it to. Okay, so again, hey, it's the first day I saw a plan. I brought it to RL. It will be discussed. You're more than welcome to come. They have to have so many. You'll have to have at least 3, 4 public hearing meetings on something like this. You can jump right down there and say your piece. Okay.
Hey, and let me just tell you another thing on this, Bob. And we're way past our break.
Yeah.
In Scott County, almost every crossing on Norfolk and Southern, or one that runs to Cincinnati from there, and it's the main line. Do you know that almost every crossing, the railroad has forced them to shut it down to where they can't cross it, and they have to go down to the next bridge or the next road or whatever. They close them off, put rocks and whatever, and just closed off the road.
Again, I haven't formed an opinion on this. I saw the figures, $2.5 million. The county and city work together. It costs us around, unless the state got involved, which we're hoping they do, it cost about $100,000 each. So it's just a proposal, and then we're starting from here. So,
and that's where every public figure, or like yourself or anyone else, that's where you need to get involved.
And I'm just like you, Mr. Henson. When I first saw it, I said, "What in the world?" And then I said, then I started thinking about it a little bit more, and then I said, "Well, it's not so bad."
Let me put out one more scenario.
Okay.
In the afternoon, the traffic is backed up from all the way to Jacksboro or whatever else.
All the way to the interstate.
What's going to be the benefit at that point in time of the day? Because an ambulance is not going to be able to get there no how.
Yeah, it's
where if you get, that's what I'm saying. But anyhow, and
you know what, Mr. Henson, I don't think you put a lot of thought into this, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, put it on me.
You sell concrete.
Well, no, anyhow, that's
you probably get the contract on that, Mr. Henson.
I'm not trying to go that route. I'm trying to look at the thing, and
I understand.
This is the mistake I make. I make the mistake of looking at it from the citizen's point of view, and
that's not a mistake.
And listen, all I did was bring the new ideas to the RL that the city had talked about, and that was one of them. I haven't made a determination, and none of the council or the mayor has either.
Well, gentlemen, I thank you for your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But he probably hadn't thought about that.
You're on the air. Wait. I'm ready for a break. You still? Okay, thank you.
So we're still talking?
Yeah, you might well just stay here.
You want to on the break now?
Yeah, we're on. Yeah, I want to go on break now, huh?
I talked with a lot of people this week that had that Medicare plan that was going away, and I ended up talking to them a little bit, and I found out that they've got the QMB. That's a pink cardboard card that pays your co-pays when you go to your doctor. That pink cardboard card will entitle you to get the extra benefits you hear me talk so much about. And I've run across several people this week that got into their wallet, and lo and behold, they pulled out one of those, and I said, aha, did you know with the pink QMB card in Campbell County, you can get your dental and your vision catalog and a catalog to help you with your over-the-counter products at no cost. And that dental coverage is comprehensive. It's not just your cleanings and checkups.
Why do my customers choose Husqvarna power equipment?
And that's easy, because my landscaping crew has to rely on a durable product.
I need the performance and quality that Husqvarna provides.
And the innovative products that help me move on with my day.
For maintenance parts or accessories, I don't have to go far. I know my Husqvarna dealer is right around the corner.
Make the impossible possible and visit a Husqvarna dealer near you.
Visit your local Husqvarna dealer or go to husqvarna.com for more information.
Welcome to RaisX. RaisX has a friendly service with a family environment with that country kick. It's a family-owned with delicious food, offering breakfast, lunch, supper all day long, and great steaks, wonderful salmon. Also, for that sweet tooth, pies and much more. For the kids, games, daily specials, dine in or carry out. Call 423-569-3354. Call RaisX today.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor. Here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Hi, I'm Ann Love with Linda Kilgore State Farm Agency. I have worked in the insurance and financial services industry for over 20 years, formerly with the John R.W. Brown Agency. I'm a native Campbell County and enjoy helping people with their insurance needs. Stop by and see me for all your insurance needs.
Razor, Ranger, Sportsman, Ace. If you live for the outdoors, there's a Polaris to match your passion. Confident, comfortable, capable. That's Ace. With a solo cockpit, automotive controls, independent suspension, all-wheel drive, and up to 45 horses of fuel-injected power. Calling it revolutionary would be an understatement. Polaris, the world leader in off-road innovation.
Okay, folks, we're back, and I want to mention Ron's golf cart and flea market. You know, the golf carts right now, you know, they're not too big to sell this time of year anyway. No. But I'll tell you what, if you put good tires on them, they'll go anywhere. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
But anyway, you go down and tell Ron that you appreciate, and he's got, like I say, a lot of Christmas gifts. Especially, I don't know anyone that, especially them young kids in the high school, that don't like Ugg boots because they are warm.
Yep.
And those jackets and stuff, and you're right in, and you're not paying $300 for them. You're paying $70 down at Ron's. And also, True Value Homes. Where else can you get in a home if you just got a piece of property sitting there, you're paying taxes on it, and that's all you get out of it? Well, you can put a home on it, and if nothing else, well, I know a man that helped himself out here in Campbell County an awful lot by just putting buildings up, let somebody rent them and pay the whole 100% whatever the loan is, and they can do whatever they want to on the inside, and then if they leave, they can't take nothing with them.
Well, in this area, I've known a lot of parents who had land but didn't have enough money to help their children get homes, and this is the way they...
Absolutely.
And I know of 15, 20 children that got their first home this way.
Right.
And then you move up. That's
absolutely.
The way it is.
And with, I'll tell you what, with technology, the way they build things today, folks, they're just as strong as any house you can talk about. Okay, now I got one more thing that I want to talk to you about, and you all can chime in and jump in anytime you want to. I want to talk about the senior citizens home again. Now, I know, and another thing that I wanted to get, but we're not going to have time. This controversy about the oil, diesel fuel.
Yes.
That's a big issue, but we ain't got time to talk about that tonight. We ain't got about 10 minutes. I want to talk about the senior citizens. Well, let's see. You're on the air.
Yeah, well, everybody's bragging on the road commissioner. They always go up and dust and look at the roadies down there. 2 cats could have scratched better and cleaned the road up better than what a mess he made.
It's where at?
He made an awful bad mess up there. And he needs to come back and repay Minnie's job or get 2 cats and they can go up there and pay Minnie better than him. You have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had a truck up through there, and they was telling me about it. It's the rain and everything. It's
Where at?
Up towards Duff.
Oh, okay.
And it really needs. Somebody's called. I hope they get back up there this week.
Okay. Well, now I'll tell you something else. So, I've had people complaining about the Stinking Creek Road. Well, I went all the way down Stinking Creek last month when you guys had the deal down here. I wanted to check for myself and look and see and what kind of a thing. Cause Scott County folks, we got the Disney World best resort in America for ATVs.
But she's got a pretty good place up there.
It's not bad.
No, it's not.
But I wanted to, because I had a Mr. Hatmaker that called me and told me how bad that road was up there.
It's not bad.
You can drive 100 mile an hour down that road.
No, and she's got an ATV area up there that does very well.
Yeah.
And we just don't have as many developed trails as you have.
Right. Well, okay.
Because we got the mountains for it.
Well, you got the mountains and you got the night, and it's a large area.
Yes.
And see, but the thing about it is, we have 300 miles of work trails 12 months out of the year. There's somebody on those trails making sure they're safe or where you can ride.
And we've already, as a city council, voted to do this ATV again next year. Now, we got 3,000 to 4,000, nothing like you all.
Oh, I understand.
But it's gonna grow.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna stay away from your time.
Well, the thing about it is, we want you to do it.
Yeah.
We want everybody around to do it. The more you get people coming in and seeing,
the more fun they have too.
Right.
And you're just right in
It's
one
just
area.
like Pigeon Forge. I guarantee you, Gatlinburg is happy Pigeon Forge is doing what they're doing.
Well, I mean, during years you can't get a room in Richmond, Kentucky, okay? But and you can't get one in Knoxville. But during hours, hey, Norris was sold out, okay, and ours was sold out, and up the I-144 was sold out. So we did all right.
Yeah, and we want. In fact, about it, I advertised hard for you guys.
I appreciate it.
And
they did a good job. Jimmy Jeffers, the city administrator, and Ann Thompson, the member of the council, did a very good job.
Well,
and our husband Nick, who we should not leave out.
Okay, because like I said, I went up there and I just wanted to see and me and that little old grandson of mine, and far that road is good.
Yeah, it is.
It's good
compared to senior citizens.
What do you want to bring citizens. Now let's get back to senior citizens.
Because I'm just on the outside looking in.
Okay.
Other than being a sponsor.
I think one of the things started out down there that and in the senior citizen hits in and belongs to the land to La Follette, right? Or is it belong?
The Campbell County. The county.
Does it belong to the county?
We assist them in a lot of stuff, in some paving and some taking down trees and stuff. We assist them as much as we can. The city does.
But actually, the county is the one that
gives the money. We give some. Okay.
But that property that they wanted to pave, is it a county?
I don't know.
Property.
I think that belongs. It was deeded over to them. I think so, but you don't. I'll look that up and let you know first thing.
Because that's how all this, from what I understand, basically got
some
out of
homes
hand.
were given to the city. The city did. Let me check on this.
Okay.
Okay.
And because where I'm coming from, one of the things that we don't need at any time is to have elderly people, especially the people that shut in, believing that they may not get a meal today or tomorrow. And we got all this controversy and stuff that's going on.
Well,
it needs to stop.
Well, what I've heard, I have given, ever since I bought Riggs Drug is on the corner. And there's many, many times it's changed hands, okay? I mean, leadership has changed. Many, 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 many times. We have given, Riggs Drug has given $75 a month. That's 74. That's 41
years.
41 years. That's 41 years times $1,000 a year. A little money, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but we give $75 a month. a lady, I remember her name, I'm not going to mention it, she's gone now, and it was just a terrific place for seniors to go down, especially during the day, to have camaraderie, to talk to each other, not to be lonely, to eat, and all this stuff. And it's a terrific place for that, because we need a place for the seniors to go. And I'm a senior, I could go. I need to go down and join. So, and they have activities, and it's just a terrific place to go. Now, in what you was telling me, I want to make sure I'm correct. When the board member, Mr. Kohlmeyer, is over it,
right?
Okay, and but they have a board that runs it, and my understanding is the membership can present names to vote on, but they're the only ones that votes. And I don't personally, the directors, the people who's on the board right now, and I don't, someone came and talked to me about that. I don't know if that's true or not. Do you know if that's true the way they do that?
I think it's that way, but there's to me there's another issue that's behind it. Let's just say that the leadership and the people that will get into leadership positions and takes responsibility, there needs to be a way to at least work out problems without them becoming so out to the public of having upsetting elderly people. And so my way of thinking that, okay, you nominate, you got 10 people out here that wants this person, and then you got 75 over here that wants this person, and this and that. Sometimes you run into issues where someone that's good at being politicking, and which I don't think it should be a political football. It needs some way to get that.
I know for a fact that you have to have people who's committed
to
do the work, because
right.
And if you run for the office, you've got to be committed, and if it's 1 year or 2 years, whatever the term is, and you've got to be there, and you've got to make sure, and solve problems. And I would think it'd be better if the full membership voted on whoever they're going to do, but I don't know if that's the way it does.
Well, I can vote that way too, but only thing it's saying is, okay, we know we got two candidates down here, and one's got 50 votes and one's got 49 votes. Let's sit down and let's hash this out and see and talk to these two people and say, oh wait, and the board come back and we're going to recommend this person. It might not one that got the most votes.
Well, but I've not made it a high issue, and I think I'll get down there in the next week before you get back and see exactly what's going on.
Okay, great. You're on the air.
Yeah, we used to have Jeff Longmire and Jack Alexander. He was I think county mayor, and they worked real good supporting senior citizens and stuff. They done a real good job, and they would get money out of the governor. I don't know how they done it, but they got no matter who's the governor, they wind up getting support from them.
Well, it's that's always a good person to have on that committee. Is somebody who can get some monies from that. I've never understood why a lot of the local merchants. I know that Riggs Drug has been given. It's not a tremendous amount of money, but we've been given stuff for months. For years. And even when Jimmy Stratton at one time was on that board. At one time, he talked to People's Bank and my brother and I into help putting a roof in it. I don't. That's been a while back. Couldn't have been more than 10 years though. 10, 15 years. I can't remember when it was, but I know that Mr. Stratton came and didn't give me a choice, but to help People's Bank to help put a roof on. So I don't know how old that roof is though down there.
Well, let me ask this person. Can you confirm that they're having a meeting this Saturday at 1 o'clock?
Where is this at Senior Citizens?
Right.
I really hadn't heard anything about it. I'm sorry, Ariel.
Oh, okay, no problem. Maybe somebody can out there and call us, because we haven't got about 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's my comment.
Okay, thank you.
Meanwhile, I will make a point to get down there maybe Wednesday and talk to some leaders.
Okay.
And see what's going on and report back to you. You hear a lot of hearsay, this say, but let's make sure, it's very important that not only this succeeds down there, we really need to build it.
It might be next Monday.
Okay.
There's one day in it might be this coming.
Hope it's not Saturday. If the way it is, they can do their.
I believe it's December the 7th. That's next Monday.
That's Monday. Yes, that's Monday.
I might confirm it for me. I don't. You're on the air. Go ahead. You're on the air.
This is 1 o'clock.
Yes. Go ahead.
It's Monday at 1 o'clock, buddy.
Monday at 1 o'clock. Okay, I got it right. I couldn't remember, but
can anyone come to the meeting, sir?
Yeah.
Anyone can come.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Thank you. Now I understand. You still there?
No, he ain't.
Okay. I understand that the person that's filing the grievances or wanting to question things, that she's been to those meetings a couple times before, and with a lawyer. Now,
well, it's the times I've been down there, and it was more a long time ago than it is now. They've always had quite a lot of people there doing crafts, and I got me a blanket down there, a quilt and stuff. They're always doing something, and it's something that really needs to be done. And it's I just call it camaraderie, because you go on a golf course and you have fun with the guys,
right.
They have fun with each other. It doesn't matter.
You look forward to seeing these people every week,
every day.
Or every day. Yeah. And this is one of the reasons, Bob, why I'm not wanting to put you on the spot or nothing. But
as a city councilman, number one, I need to go down there and see what's going on.
That's exactly what
and number two, as a donor, I need to go down there and see what's going on.
Right.
And I will report back.
And that's the reason why I'm saying I think that the political people needs to get involved in it, instead of that. It's an internal political problem down there. It needs to get solved with the people that can solve it.
Yes, and then you got to have a board, and you got to respect the board that you elect, and they've got to, always have to agree, because Mr. Henson didn't agree with a bridge yet. I don't either yet.
Right.
But you got to see all the facts and then make your decision.
Right, and one of the things that I down through the years that I learned, and I have a lot of experience of doing, or I couldn't do this. You come to a consensus. If you've got 200 people that's happy, and you've got 10 people that's unhappy, you got to come to a conclusion of, okay, I'm not happy with this one thing. Can you give just a little bit for this, or give a little bit here, and let's have a happy meeting? But if you can't, then you just need to get out.
Well, again, it's if it's publicly funded and not funded by themselves, and they're getting money from the county, the city, or anything like this,
you have to come to a happy medium.
You've got to come to a happy medium.
You have to find
because if you're using public funds, or public funds, or state funds, or county funds, or
right.
City funds, or anything to assist, you've got to come to a happy meeting.
That's what I think, and I think that, and like I said, I just wanted to hope that you guys would be there. And I remembered after talking about Saturday. Saturday is the 5th, and the 7th.
That's the parade day at 2 o'clock.
Right, and
thank you, Patrick.
And the thing about it is, I was going to be at that meeting, but I have got a doctor's appointment in Knoxville at 2 o'clock, so I can't be there. No.
Well, meanwhile, sometime this week I will journey down there and see what's going on. Talk to some people.
Don't forget our True Value homes in Huntsville bringing you tonight's show. Also, Ron's Golf Cart, and he's got the North Face rain jackets, North Face jackets. He's got the purses, all you people that really, and ladies that love these things. He's got a bigger shipment coming in, a bigger shipment, I'll say, that he's had before coming in. Come in today or be there tomorrow, one or the other. You get down there and get them because they'll get gone. And I'll get your Christmas shopping done at Ron's. And it's located behind Long John Silver's. Thank you, Bob.
One more thing. Be sure, December 7th, last day to sign up. Next Monday, last day to sign up for Medicare. We'll have people at the large store, at the main store, Monday through Friday, probably on Saturday too, and then on the last day on Monday. So be sure, if you want to change your plan, or if you got United Healthcare, please come by and ask questions. Okay?
We'll see y'all next week.
Hey, this is Mark.